this is one of the rods. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. I took a bit of a break last week. Last weekend was my birthday, so I didn't do any car things, just went away for a bit, which was nice. But I'm back at it with good news. So Jamil finally has some time to get to the Mark II now, and I'm on my way there to drop the rods off. He needs to check it out. So I made a bit of a mistake. So I couldn't find any info online about my engine and made assumptions. So the 1.8T has two different pistons, which is the 19mm disc pin and then the 20mm. Pistons should be much the same, and because I've got a small port head, I assumed that I've got 19mm disc pin pistons. So I bought 19mm disc pin rods for the motor. Set of rods came up, some IEs a while ago, good couple of months, and the price was reasonable, so I bought them. And the goal was not to get and fit the rods ASAP, it was to buy it for the next version of the engine, which was to kind of just send it a bit more. But we were still within the limit, so there was no point in opening it up and putting rods into it. But because of the valve stems and the way the car's smoking, the head needs to come off for a refresh, and no better time than now to do the rods. So that's the plan. Taking it to Jamil now, so I think we're gonna have to bore out the disc pin on the rods instead of getting 19mm pistons. That makes sense. So it's going to be a bit stronger sticking with 20mm. So that's the plan. Taking it there now, and I kind of just missed some carnage. But I'll give you guys some more info when I get to the workshop. So I just got to the workshop now, and Andrew threw a rod on the Jazz. And there's just oil everywhere. But the funny thing is, I told him, wait for me so that I can record it, because we knew it was going to happen. What a fail. So yeah, VTEC engaged and VTEC kicked in way too hard, yo.
This happens, fortunately we move forward, right? So
yeah, shame. Poor engine. So he says it's boost creep, and this was the run just before. What do you think the torque spike was when the...
if I had to guess, I'd say probably about 260 something. The clutch did save a lot of the spike.
Okay, so it started slipping, and then
Yeah.
all the clicking and clacking sounds. So this is one of the rods. So this is IE's old rod, or their old logo. So I bought this from a guy with a Polo. Yeah, like someone just posted in a 1.8T group, and I just contacted the guy and I bought them because I thought it would be good to have. Guys, we are back in the Mark II, and I shouldn't be driving it like this, but the engine's getting rebuilt, so YOLO. I just saw a Mark 7 GTI and I thought I would just give it some sauce, but he wasn't messing around with that. He didn't want it. There's a 330D behind me. I think he wants the cab. So that Suzuki is actually a policeman, so completely unmarked car. Strange number plate, BVX. So yeah, that's a policeman, and I was driving like a bit of a fart. But guys, I am so excited that this is finally happening. It's felt like the longest 3 weeks ever not driving this car. Started it up this morning, started no problems. I was actually a bit concerned that it wouldn't start, but it's got a really big diesel battery in it, and there's not much current draw, which is epic. So yeah, I am going to chat to Jamil now about the plan of action. No idea how long it's going to take. It's probably going to take about 2 to 3 weeks. The big question is, do we put cams in this motor or not? That is the question. Flip. That's so nice to see this car again. Oh. So Andrew's car's moved and they cleaned the dyno room today. So there was just, sorry for the fan if you can hear that, there was just so much oil actually under the dyno and all around it. So I've put one of those sheepskin seat covers in the car just so that when the guys are in and out of the car, they don't have to worry too much about getting my seats dirty because I clean them. Smokey Joe's going in. So I've just come through to, looks like Storage Town Racing. So they've got apparently a very fast MK4 GTI, so I'm going to check it out. Should be good. So that's the MK4. It's got a nice chunky stance, so it's all-wheel drive, which is very cool. That's a big boy. It's so neat. Nice steering wheel, and it's got some odd seats in it. This is quite a tasty build. This MK4 just pulled up. I know this car from back in the day. It's got a wild 1.8T in it. Don't know how much it makes, probably around 300-ish with water meth and GT30, something like that. These radiators actually come off the wagon. I'm kind of bummed that I sold them. I do miss them, especially with the spacers. It looks cool. I mean, the wheels on the wagon now definitely look better, but I don't like selling wheels. And this is Michael's 6R. So we're rolling out. Sounds nice. So that's quite the bang. Flip, I haven't seen a Calibra in a long time. So I came around to assess the damage. it's not looking too bad, but Jamil says there's some ridges in the bore. We can get away with it, but it's not ideal. And then the head on the exhaust valve side, not looking good, so that definitely needs to be done. And then these rods, apparently they're different to like the standard AGU, because it uses like a nut situation and not just like a bolt. And apparently they are slightly thicker than the usual. So that was, I guess, good, but they are being replaced, so it doesn't really matter anymore. The boot holding parts again. This is the head, so Jamil prefers to assess himself, go through it. He said the seals are so hard, but the valves and everything is looking okay, so that is a good sign. He says the engine is mostly healthy, so just repairing those things instead of replacing is a good way to do it. So I'm not too sure if I really put this vlog together well. It's been a day. I've been all over the place, and yeah, it might not have come across as clearly. So as the car sits now, the Mark II needs more work than we thought. So there's ridges in the bore, and Jamil wants to bore it out and go slightly oversized pistons, and then we're going to do cams in it just so that it can breathe a bit better on top, and run VVT on it as well, just so we can spool the turbo up sooner. So it's definitely need to be worth all the effort. It's going to make a massive difference, and there was so much play in the valves that there was definitely some power on the table there. So with a healthy head and the bottom end refreshed with forged rods, it's going to be something that I can enjoy and beat on without having to worry too much. So that's a plus, having to go through all this effort. It's a bit sooner than we would have liked to do it. I would have liked to do this early next year. That was kind of the plan, but yeah, these things happen. But yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.